Good morning, everyone. Tina Spalding Trance Channel here today for day 35 of 40 Days and 40 Nights with Jesus. This is our morning session, so let's see what Jesus has to say to us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. The circumstances of your life are your creation. And it is important, as we have said before, that you acknowledge that the circumstances of your life are your creation. You have chosen where you were to be born. You have chosen the family that you were to be born into. You have chosen the body that was best suited for your current incarnation. And along the way, based on what you believe to be true, you have made thousands and thousands and thousands of decisions that have brought you to this place. This body that you have right now, this house that you're living in, the friends you have, the children you have, the partners and ex-partners and all of these things. It is so important that you understand that this reflects your mind, that your life reflects your mind, not anybody else's mind. In this world of projection, this is a grand projection. You are all putting outside of yourselves that which you do not understand, that which frightens you, that which is, quote unquote, your enemy. But the truth of the matter is that it all resides within you. And so your enemies are your enemies because you want them to be your enemies. The insecurity that you feel is coming from within you, even though it feels as if the world is making you insecure. The grand projection is that everything outside of yourself is there to show you something that is unconscious in you. It's not totally unconscious in some of you. You might have repeated bad relationships and you realize that you're the common denominator in all of them. But most people don't do that until they are well into a spiritual practice. But today, for those of you that are new to a spiritual practice or that you've just come across these teachings, we want to remind you that your life reflects your mind, your consciousness, your values, your beliefs. And the only way you are going to be able to shift and change the world you experience is to shift and change your mind and your beliefs. So it is important today that you, in your quiet moments, as you go through the day, observe your life and what you have to deal with and who you have to deal with and how you have to earn your money and all of these things. And ask yourself, how did I get here? Rather than saying, I hate my job, or I wish I wasn't married, or I wish I wasn't single, whichever the case may be, ask yourself, what decisions have I been making over the last 10 years that have brought me to this place? If you find yourself blaming others, stop yourself and say, I had free will through all this time. Even if I was hanging out with someone who was nasty or stole money from me or did something unkind, I chose them. I chose to be with them. Did I miss something? Was there a sign within my heart and mind? Was there something they said or did before I got involved with them that gave me a little red warning flag that this perhaps was not the ideal? When you took the job that you hate so much now, was there something else that you could have done? Could you have upgraded your skills and gone back to school and chosen something that you loved? Could you have done something differently? Perhaps you could have not racked up your credit cards so that you had more freedom. Look back over the last 10 years in every circumstance, and this can take some time, so we'd like you to really dedicate some time to this on a weekend, perhaps a Saturday or a Sunday when you're not so busy. And ask yourself, how did I get into this house? How did I get into these relationships? How did I get these children? And own the decisions that you made getting yourself into this decision. Even if you made that decision in fear and scarcity, You still made the decision. And the fear and scarcity that motivated you is what you need to look at. Did you feel disempowered and choose to marry someone who had perhaps more money or prestige than you because you lacked what they had and you wanted to get some of what they had? Look at that and ask yourself, how can I raise up my opinion of myself so that this lack of self-esteem is healed? Each one of you will have circumstances in your life that you really don't like, that you wish you could change, but you must own your part in the co-creation of that circumstance and look at where you went astray. Where did you not listen to your intuition? Where did your motivation come from fear? Are you still in that fearful place? These are the questions to ask yourself. Then you ask yourself the question, why am I still here even though I've been unhappy for years? What is keeping me here? Is it financial fear? Is it fear of what other people will think? Is it fear of others' anger? What is keeping me in a situation that I know I do not like? And look at what it is in your mind that is speaking up. When you say to yourself, I'm going to, let's say, change my job, what is the voice that comes up in response to that statement or that feeling? Write it down. You won't earn enough money. People aren't going to like you if you do that. Your mother's going to hate you. On and on and on. Look at those statements. Those are the blocks to your freedom. Those thoughts that you believe are coming from a belief underneath them. And it could be a belief in money, for example, which is a very understandable belief in your society. I cannot be free unless I win the lottery. This is a belief that many of you have been instilled with. The only time you plan for your future is when you buy that lottery ticket and think, if only I could win this. But what we would like you to do is on a daily basis, ask yourself, what can I do today to head towards the goal and the lifestyle and the life and the way of being that I would really like? This is not just about the houses and the cars that you have. This is about the relationships and the work that you do and how you entertain yourselves and your hobbies, your friends. These are all in your life because of your choices. So today, do not be a victim in any way, shape, or form. Today, own your part and write it down and say, I am in this situation because I am ... I am scared of my own shadow. I worry too much what other people think. I have too much financial fear to take any risks. Whatever it is, write it down and look at it and own it and say, this is one of my blocks. This is what I need to work on right now. Nobody is going to save you. You are going to save yourselves by understanding your own minds, understanding your own motivations, understanding your own behaviors and how you use your free will on a daily basis to maintain everything in your life. If you stop maintaining things that you don't like with your energy, they will fade away and the new thing that you're putting your energy into will begin to grow. It will begin to manifest a new life. So make today the day you do a fearless inventory of the last 10 years of your life and those decisions that you have made that have led you where you are. Own it and say to yourself, I am here because of my choices and I've used my free will to make those choices. Today is a line in the sand for me. Today I am going to assess that which does not suit me anymore, and I am going to lovingly and slowly and gently turn my attention to that which I do want. You do not have to be cruel to the people in your lives. You do not have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But what you do need to do is to accept how you got where you are. In this moment today, acceptance is the answer to all your problems, because it is not until you accept that you have chosen everything that you've got in your life, and that includes the thoughts in your mind that you believe. It's not until you accept this that you can change it. As long as you are blaming others, as long as you are resisting doing this exercise, as long as you think the government's at fault or your ex-husband or wife is at fault, you are powerless to change your victimhood. It is only in accepting your own responsibility that you will have now the true appreciation of how you have contributed to your situation and how you can change it. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I'll speak to you again later. Okay, thank you for joining me this morning. I'll talk to you again later. Bye-bye.